moving it or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, we're running again.
Awesome, thank you.
I think it got most of that.
Okay.
It probably cut mine off a little bit. That's okay.
Oh, whoops.
Darn.
But tell her about the girls that came out last night.
So this is not something I do a lot, but I got a call. Actually, it was from a friend in Pony Club who called Jen, who called me. Because there's this woman who does a lot of work with underprivileged children and, you know, inner city kids come and visit her. And she had 2 godchildren in town from, I think they're from Detroit. And the 9-year-old's like lifelong dream was to ride a pony. And they had zero access in downtown Detroit with a extremely low to no income family. And she called and said, is there any possibility? You know, I was told you have a pony. And I said...
Because they were flying out today, wasn't it?
Yeah, flying out. Yeah, and, you know, they came out last night. We ran our filly last night and drove straight home after dinner. And it was going to be 2 girls, but it ended up being 6. Oh. So we had, we had pony rides for all last night. And just, you know, that reminds me, you know, why I do this, why I love horses, is because, like, being able to share that and my passion with other people, it makes me so happy.
Then was the 9-year-old's birthday a day or 2 days before or something? Yep. And all this, and geez, the smile on those girls' faces was yeah, amazing. Unbelievable. We couldn't have took a check from her if we had to.
No, she's like, oh, well, what can I pay
Seriously,
you? And I'm like...
You should have seen her.
They paid me, you know, with the happy faces. You know,
their faces were just beaming, even, especially right after the ride, and they're standing back in line waiting. They're just like,
it was pretty cute.
Pick me, you know.
Yeah, I was like, who's next? And they're like in a line, like running up to the pony. I'm like, whoa, one at a time. And it was funny. The first girl I put on, or maybe it was the second one. It was pretty hilarious. So I'm lifting her up on the pony bareback, and this pony is a little overweight, to put it nicely. He's kind of like a barrel, quite obese for a pony. So I put this little girl on, I set her up there, and I'm like, something's wrong. She kept her legs together, and she had both legs on one side of the pony. It was so funny. I'm like, no, you know. It's just great.
That's adorable.
It was hilarious.
Oh, I bet that was so much fun.
Yeah, it was. You know, I love, you know, horses in general, and then the racing has become just a passion. Like, it's exciting. Last night we ran a filly we just recently got from people up in Seattle who, you know,
gave up on her.
They gave up on her, and they said, just come and get her. You can have her for free, and if she runs, great. If not, great, whatever. Just get her off our hands. So we took her, and this is the first time we ran her, and she's only a 3-year-old, so we never know. She really doesn't have a very good form. Like, in her last bunch of races, I think the best she's ever run was like
6th
or 7th. She's had like 5 lifetime starts and made like $450. Yeah. So it's not a very exciting looking racehorse on paper, but we had a bunch of friends come to the races, and I was pretty excited, and she got out there, and she had the fastest opening quarter of a mile at Portland Meadows so far this season.
For the summer season.
And it was just exciting. She was on the lead. She got tired at the end. She ended up 4th, but it was still, it's so exciting. You know, regardless of where they run, it's like, it's so much fun, and it's such an adrenaline rush, and to have people there to enjoy it, it's so great. And knowing that... It doesn't seem like a big deal, but to me it's a big deal. As we were leading the horse around, getting it saddled, to hear people talk about my horse and like the care and condition of my horse, people were, oh, she looks so beautiful, she looks so good, because we take the extra mile to, you know, make sure they're healthy and groomed and there's not straw in their tail. That's exciting for me too. So it's just, it's so fun. And, you know, Jen has the same feeling. They came with me on my first career start on this horse that, you know, we're partners with, and it's just, they enjoy it as much as we do, and it's like, it's so fun to share. And I would like to be able to kind of portray to people, it's not, people think of it as like, it's all about you have to have a whole bunch of money to make this happen. You cannot get into horse racing unless you're a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. poor. We have horses. We don't have other things, you know. We have an old car. We rent a house, you know. But it's like, it's our passion, and our kids love it, and our friends love it, and that's what we put our time and effort into. And, you know, they might not have, you know, everything. We can't afford to race with the best meds or, like, you know, the best tack and everything, but it all works, and the horses are healthy and they look beautiful. And, you know, we have friends
we
there.
We compete. Don't get it wrong.
We compete, and we have a great time, and our horses that we get for cheap outrun a lot of people's horses, and sometimes people get grumpy about that. But we pride ourselves on taking these horses that maybe somebody didn't think had a shot, and we take it and rock. So
yeah, you do.
It's
exciting.
Sometimes it's the difference from being in the big barns where the horses might not get as much attention from the grooms or the trainers because there's 25 head in their barn, there's 6 or 7 in ours.
We have the time to take
so we have more
graze
personal
them,
time for them.
Like Lakeshore Court, we call him LC. As we're getting the filly ready, well, I was there for a couple hours. You kind of babysit them on the day of the race. We have a bucket of apples that is in his, you know, he can see it. He has now learned to make faces for these apples because he knows perfectly well that they should be his all the time. So he'll, you know, make faces and turn his head totally sideways. I mean, these horses get character, and they get a little bit spoiled in our barn. And we hand graze them every day back, you know, when they go, you know, before they come into the barn. And we take the extra time and really enjoy it. So.
Great. Let's talk about this really quickly.
Sure.
Can you just kind of give me an overview of how the racing part or the racing partnership you guys have started, how that began?
They came down to the racetrack a little more. You know, we knew them from the Pony Club, and they want to. I said, "You guys sure you want to?" Because it doesn't have to kill us, you know.
Money wise,
$10 a day, and if we get to another couple in, it'll be, you know, it can go. We can sell quarters or thirds or anyway. It doesn't have to kill you, you know. And if there's 4 or 5 of us in on it, and it's $5 or $15 a day or whatever for 2 of us, it's not that much. It comes to about, for the feed and everything, depending on what kind of vitamins and supplements, it's probably $18 to $20 a day, and then $10 to have somebody ride them. So, you know, realistically, it's about $30 a day here. And you can't really sell this to clients because there's just not a big profit to be made here, like Santa Anita or Hollywood or Aqueduct or, you know, there's just not a huge profit in it. So you can't charge them more than $30-35 a day. I mean, the product is it's not there to get back.
the purses aren't huge.
Right. I mean, we're running for maybe a $4,000 pot, you know. So it's kind of tough.
Did you, Kenny, though, are you the one who kind of, because basically what I want to hear is the history. I know that you guys are in a transition where Katie's kind of switching roles with you.
Yep.
So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I've kind of, I don't know, I guess you could say it's burned out, you know. I did it a long time. I'm not quite as eager to do it as she is.
The PR work isn't necessarily his forte.
But no, it's not. And I still love the horses, you know. I still love to be in the barn, getting them ready and knowing this and that and working with them. And every horse is different. All of them got different personalities. All of them got different challenges. And if people could learn, I guess the goal is that these horses love to do it. There's nothing inhumane about it. Their eyes light up, their ears move, they're like walking onto the Olympic field every time they go out there. They have a reason to be here. And it's bred in them from 100 years back, and you can see it in their eyes. I mean, they love it.
And
so,
he still loves it. We kind of talked about it for a while, and I was pretty excited to kind of step up and be in the picture and
be enthusiastic and take over the clients, and
yeah,
that end of it I have not a lot of enjoyment for,
He likes to be with the horses.
And kind of like you said, I need 3 margaritas to really deal with the clients, right? So I'm great at sales as long as it's early. I'm good on the claim until we get the horse, you know. And then if there's something wrong, I'm a little bit too blunt, you know, maybe for every client or a bunch of clients.
Yeah.
Like I'll say, well, it's going to be 30 days before we can run this horse back because he bruised the heel this morning in a workout. When Katie can, I don't know, she's got a better way of putting things to people.
I can kind of smooth it over easier.
Yeah.
And also, one of our thoughts too was with me taking over, I was excited about the whole I mean, my whole life, that's what I wanted to do.
It was totally in the process before you ever called us. It was.
Yeah, it was just a matter of, oh yeah, I actually have to take that time to go take my trainer's test.
No, all you had to do was talk to the state vet, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Something like that. It was all done except for that. And just because the main reason, like she said, I'm always threatening to
quit. Oh, I'm done with horses.
Yeah.
No more. You know. Now I'm trainer, so we can't quit so easily. But the other thought was too.
I didn't really think about it like that yet.
Oops! Did I look out of the bag a little bit? My other thought was too. It's such an old boys club at the racetrack. Like it's kind of ridiculous. Like there's a few women trainers, but they're mostly 20 years older than I am. And kind of cranky and kind of sick of being there.
There hasn't been a new young face on the scene in 10, 15 years.
It's hard to break in. I mean, I've been down there 5, 6 years now or something.
6 years.
It took a couple of years before people would like really talk to me. It's like, it's this close-knit group and it's all these, well, a lot of grumpy old men.
Everybody pulls the grandfather role.
Oh yeah, and you know, they just get cranky, and I'm like, wouldn't it be nice to change the face of that and have some like new, younger girl power going on, you know? And
here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
So that was kind of exciting to shake it up a little bit. And also at Portland Meadows, they've made, like for the first time in a very long time, they've actually made the effort to market to a younger group of people.
It's working.
So it's amazing. There's groups of people, you know, my age coming out every day to the races. Every day we have races, like live racing on Friday nights or dollar beer nights. So, you know, we have a lot of people and they've been bringing in bands and people are all excited. And it's like, you know, the first day I walked over with my horse, all these people were like, wow, there's somebody our age doing this. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be, you know, a lot older to get into horse
45 years
racing.
old and 6 rich clients sitting upstairs eating a steak.
Right. It's like, we don't have a lot of money, but we're making it happen, and we can make it happen. Like, I put on my Facebook all the time. I try to update it all the time because, boy, that's the way to reach people. You know, I put, we can make this work for just about any budget. You know, we can get a group of your friends together and have an office who owns a horse, or